Okay, welcome everyone to this sharing, this studying of how things work in the higher realms. And this session, this next 6 or 7 Zooms will be on the umbilical chakra, which is connected to the blessing and virtue of awe, to the 4th dimension, and the law of change. And it'll be Archangel Yophael explaining the blessing and virtue of awe, and then the Universal Mother Mary for the law of change, and of course Albert Einstein for the 4th dimension. All right, so let's jump right into the slideshow. There we go. So there's the cover slide, Journey Within, Embodiment of Love Now. And these Zooms happen on Wednesdays and Fridays, and the meditation Zoom on Mondays. Okay. So, I just wanted to go over my website for anybody that's curious where the links are. It's voiceoffreedom.ca, and the links are right here on the left-hand side of the homepage. And then, of course, you can click into the pink circle to find more information. And if you're interested in donating, I have updated everything. There's a little bit of a donation on the homepage. And then also inside on the left-hand side, there's a monthly subscription, which is great, from $2 to $200. And it's just there to hold that vision for Archangel Michael and the gift of give and receive. Our spiritual currency, the idea of subscription is balance. It is the give and receive. So that's just what we were guided to do from Archangel Michael. Okay, so right into the slideshow. Here's the title page. I could not find a picture of Archangel Yophael that made sense to me. So I just did his rays, the rays that he travels on. And there's Mother Mary, there's Sanat Kumara, there's Albert Einstein. Okay, so this is the overview of all the information that we will be studying. We are at the umbilical chakra. I put a spiral there because all pain can be spiraled right out of this umbilical chakra. It's a very magical place, connected to awe and wonder, the law of change, being in the flow, the 4th dimension of magic and alchemy. Yes, Ken.
Which way are we supposed to rotate the negativity to get it out of our bodies?
Okay, so we're going to go into this. You can see the spiral there from the umbilical chakra. It actually spins counterclockwise. For this energy, for all pain to be eliminated, it's counterclockwise. But we'll go into it a bit more too. So you can just do the surrender where you do a starfish on your bed, say I surrender, and then ask for all pain to be eliminated out through your belly button and anything else you're guided to understand. So in the surrender, it's deep listening to our guidance. And then you can ask for the energy of, because it's addiction to pain, it's sorrow, it's shame, anger, fear, it's the belief systems, to be spun out through the umbilical chakra. It's a very magical way to eliminate all our addiction to pain. And I put up here, we're coming into gratitude for each other in community. So again, always with prudence, but deeper and deeper gratitude for everyone's journey as we move along through this ascension process. Okay, so, and just know that within the chakra system, it really is reflecting nature from within. So you've got the soft earth, the cushion of pine needles, the water energy being like a tree in the heart, the sunlight energy, the sky, clouds, and our mastery. So just know that from within the chakra system, and all those colors are beaming out perfect alignment, the understanding of our wholeness from within. And that's why this is interesting, just to remember that, and why I made it into a slide. Okay, and here we are. Okay, so now this is the umbilical chakra. You can see it's right underneath the solar plexus here, above the sacral, above the tummy. And the color of amber. And this is why I put this little piece of amber up here. And I'm also wearing my amber. Somebody gave me this amber, but you can see it's just beautiful colors. So that is the color of this chakra. It's your belly button. And as I said, the energy, when we're letting go, you can spin it out counterclockwise out through this magical chakra. Okay, so now it's connected to the musical notes, sacred musical notes of D and E. So if you play the piano, it's notes D and E. And this chakra is connected to glands, blood, our liver, and our gallbladder. Now, and I didn't know too much about this, so I did some medical research. Glands remove specific substances from the blood, alters or concentrates them, then either releases them for further use or eliminates them. There are a couple of different kinds of glands. There's the endocrine, which are connected to our pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, and they secrete substances known as hormones directly into the bloodstream. And then the endocrine glands are salivary, sweat, and digestive. Now it's interesting because the function of this chakra is elimination of pain. So it's connected to the glands, to the blood. The blood is a blue fluid that transports oxygen and nutrients to the cells and carries away carbon dioxide and other waste products. And the liver is an organ that helps support metabolism, immunity, digestion, and detoxification. It's for vitamin storage and hundreds of other functions. And the gallbladder is a small pear-shaped organ under our liver that stores and releases bile. Bile is a fluid that's yellow-green, our liver produces and helps digest fats in the food we eat. So you can see how the organs and the blood and the glands connect to elimination and other things that happen within this for this chakra. So if you have like liver issues or struggle with your glands, then the removal, the elimination of core issues, anger, fear, sorrow, shame, and the belief systems, hatred, bigotry, anxiety, worry, guilt, control, those can be connected to perfect health of our glands, blood, liver, gallbladder. Just know that we tend to create issues with our inside of us because we're holding on to old belief systems or core issues. So this chakra is connected to the physical cleansing of the body, the belief systems, and also the physical. And it's also connected to awe, the blessing and virtue of awe, being in gratitude, and law of change. So it all interconnects together. It's so fascinating. Okay, any questions about this? Okay. Has anyone ever had issues with glands or blood or liver or gallbladder? Lillian?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell them. Oh, it's me. No, I was just wondering. I'm not really sure what awe is.
Oh, we're gonna come to it.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm
Yeah.
helping you with
Okay.
your.
Yeah, it's magical. It's being in that wonder and that in that innocence of a small child. But we're gonna get into a great description of it.
Go ahead, sweet.
Yeah. And Leanne, did you?
Yeah, I've had issues with thyroid, adrenals, definitely related to stress, and so yeah.
Okay, so now just know you can spin out those old belief systems right through this chakra.
Yeah, I have done a little bit of this already, which is great. And it works instantaneously. Like, it's amazing to me. I mean, I know you've been preaching that for a long time, but it really works.
I know. I've done it too. Because I mean, I haven't had actual physical issues with my body, but you just feel so much better. Yeah. Good. Okay. And Ken or Lillian? Yeah.
Well, I had my gallbladder removed, which
Oh.
I think a lot of people have.
Mhm.
So what, I mean, I never thought about it. What happens? I mean,
Now that it's removed.
yeah,
I mean, I think a lot of people have it removed. Yeah, but see, if the medical profession understood the connection between the emotional issues and the physical, we'd have a whole different medical system.
well, yeah.
So I would just, I mean, you're perfectly fine. I think I wouldn't worry too much about it.
No, I'm not worried. I just thought about that because I know so many people
Mhm.
have had their gallbladder removed.
Well, you
Yeah.
had gallstones, didn't you?
Yeah, I had kidney stones.
Kidney stones, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think the next chakra is connected to the kidneys. So, and again, it's just release of old belief systems. You can literally ask your guides why an illness is created or an issue is created in the physical form, and they'll tell you. It usually always goes back to something in childhood or something that we've witnessed or another lifetime. Hmm. Yeah, and then it's just a matter of releasing the old belief systems. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. And a good person to ask is Archangel Raphael. Yeah. Okay. And Darren?
Yeah, I haven't had any problems with any organs at all, but I attribute that mainly to being very actively cleansing the liver at all times. From my understanding, liver toxicity is one of the biggest causes of most illness, or a lot of illness in most people. So I work very much at cleansing that every day pretty well.
Yeah, drinking lemon water I've found is really good. Lots of fruit and vegetables and yeah, water. Lots of water.
And especially lemon water.
Yeah, lemon water is amazing. It's so energizing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good. All right. So just know, and also know that if the emotional pieces can be as important, if not more, than the physical eating piece and drinking of water and lemon water and stuff. So
Oh, okay, so what emotion would you attribute to the liver then?
it can be well, it just depends, I think, on the person. But again, it's the core issues of sorrow and shame and anger and fear, and then the belief systems. You know, it's however they've combined and then created an issue. And then it can settle into the different organs. Yeah, Leanne.
Yeah, I thought liver was connected to anger. That's what I had understood.
Yeah, I think it can be a combination too. Like,
Sure.
I find
Yeah.
it's not just one thing.
Well, any emotion, right? It's all related to. Yeah.
Not of love.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and I think it's different for different people. Like, I think kidney stones, like, there is a certain belief system that contributes to it, but I don't know. I know that cancer, certain belief systems, tends to be like a real deep hatred of self. So it's directed at the self. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar for other, like, liver as well. Yeah. Darren, did you have your hand up?
Yes, I did. I was just wondering or thinking that because the liver is under the law of change, that perhaps resistance to change is a big factor there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you're holding on to any of the old belief systems, any of our addiction to pain, that would be resistance. Yeah. Good one. Okay. So, and also see how I've got falling into surrender here. Surrender is such a big one. So if you have any issues, just starfish on your bed and say, I surrender, and listen, because these belief systems are really, they can seem complicated because there's so many layers to them. So it's just a matter of listening. And then sometimes you don't even need to know what it is. Just ask for it to be let go. And then our guides, you can literally feel it coming right out your belly button, off your hands. Like there's so many ways for this energy to leave the system.
So do I have to generate 8 arms then?
No, not at all. No, not at all. No. When I say starfish, I just mean like,
I know.
yeah. And the faster you get to gratitude, and I've got awe here because awe and gratitude are really connected. But the faster you get to gratitude for, what they show us, or gratitude for, wow, did that ever teach me so much? That was my greatest teacher. Woo, the healing is so fast. Because it is forgiveness of everything, but in forgiveness there's a balancing. So just getting to that gratitude, and sometimes the gratitude can be really tricky, but if you can find the gratitude, oh, the healing is so fast. Okay, so let's just move along here. Okay, so this is a description of the umbilical. And I'm just going to read it out. It came through Linda. So it's our umbilical chakra, our belly button is the color of amber, of maple syrup, of corn syrup, of molasses. It's golden brown. So it's again, it's kind of, you can see how there's lots of colors in the amber. It's not just one color. Breathe in the maple, smell it, taste it, feel our umbilical open and spin. This chakra is our center for the elimination of addictions, the elimination of all pain, all addictions, regardless to what or about what are addictions to pain. So feel this umbilical open and spin it out into the universe. Release this pain, this lack, this limitation. Release it to the mother, to the father, to your guides, to the all. This is one of our centers for change. This is where we begin to allow our physical, our idea to truly be in the flow. See this maple syrup, this corn syrup flowing out of us, spiraling out. This is our home for the 4th dimension, the place of magic and alchemy, with the qualities of wonder and awe and acceptance, surrender. It is the beginning of transformation, transmutation, transubstantiation. Sit in this chakra, feel how the energy, the field has begun to shift as we allow ourselves to be fully present, immersed in the 4th dimension. So this again is, if you can just starfish on your bed and just really go down into that chakra and even smell maple syrup or corn syrup or however you want to connect with it, and just feel yourself in that magical place. Okay. Yes. Any questions about this? Yes, Leanne.
So just that statement that all addictions, regardless of what or about what, are addictions to pain, like that is just
Powerful.
mind-blowing, really, because I mean, I have many people in my life that have addiction, and I just, wow, like to pain of like emotional, physical, whatever, right? Any kind of pain that they're addicted, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Around it, like it's just wow.
And it's usually directed at self when you get to the core of it.
Yeah.
It's really difficult because we're coming in from so many past lifetimes. And, we've done good, bad, and ugly here. And I find that a lot of it relates way back and we don't even realize it. That's why if the energy comes up of a trigger, it's really good to sit still with it and keep asking what it's connected to. And most people don't know how to do this, but we do. And as we do it, we're actually helping the collective do it.
Right.
Doing it on behalf of our family, our friends. Yeah, because they don't understand how to do this. So that's part of our mastery. And I'm going to go into mastery a bit too, in a couple of the slides here. But this, just getting into the surrender and the acceptance of everything connected to the gratitude. Wow, it really moves it along quickly. And you can feel the energy of the pain spin out and feel it spin counterclockwise. Because that's also the energy. Forgiveness spins counterclockwise. Yeah, so this chakra, even though it's amber colored and gratitude color, we're actually working on forgiveness of everything by spinning it counterclockwise. And that's why the mother is going to teach us the law of change, because she's all about the unconditional love of forgiveness. She forgives everything. Okay. That's why it says release it to the mother right here. And that's the forgiveness of everything, the father connected to the gratitude for everything. And then love for everything. Okay, Darren, you had a question.
Well, more a comment, you know. I mean, that's a powerful statement that all addictions are connected to that chakra.
Well, you can eliminate through the solar plexus too. You can eliminate. I mean, addiction to pain dissolves when we're in compassion, and that's connected to the root. Yeah. So this is a center for change. This is one of the centers where you can spin it out. Yes.
Okay. Another question: if you spin out your, addictions counterclockwise, if you want to bring in a divine quality into your chakra, would you spin it clockwise?
I would, yeah. Yeah, definitely, because that's the gratitude. And the joy. You want to bring in the joy. You want to let go of the pain and bring in the gratitude and the joy. And that's why I say, if you can get to the gratitude for it, because our pain has taught us so much. We've been on a journey of pain. Look at what we've learned. So, we were taught that we are humanity is a creator race. And when a creator race is formed, often, and it's mostly, a creator race learns what doesn't work first. So we've had thousands of years of learning what doesn't work. And now we've evolved so much. Now we're ready to balance. But now we need to forgive ourselves for everything that we've been through, just like the Divine Mother forgives everything, and the Divine Father. And just be gratitude for ourselves, bless ourselves for this long roller coaster ride of a journey. Where we've really learned.
So would you say forgiveness brings us into balance then?
Absolutely, yeah.
No.
Yeah. And it dissolves the addiction to pain.
Okay.
Yeah. Is anybody curious about what transubstantiation means? Or maybe no. Okay. Well, it's remembering your divinity. That's why the pink angel is there. So we all know what transformation is when we transform something. And transmutation is bringing energy back to original purity. And transubstantiation is remembering that we are pure. We're all divine. We're all born angelic. Yes.
So does
Except for
that mean? Okay.
No, that's not right.
I'll give you that one.
No, that's not right.
But I didn't hear what Ken said. What did you say, Ken?
Except for Darren.
Oh.
And I don't agree.
Anyway, would transubstantiation be moving to another dimension, a higher dimension?
No, it's knowing that you are angelic. We are in our mastery right now. And Archangel Yophiel is going to go into this very deeply. You watch. And I think that's why that word comes up for this chakra, because this is a super magical one where when we've really released all our addiction to pain, just like the little children can see the fairies, we'll be able to see so much more. But we're just in the stages of still releasing, and we're releasing for the collective too. So not to get discouraged, because we've still got a little ways to go for the collective, I believe. So our job is just to keep mastering, understanding all of this, and really coming into the center and just loving everybody, getting along with everyone, loving them out in community, like family, friends, just being in that space where we can, it's not like we have to have everybody in our back pocket, but we are understanding and sometimes standing back from a person's journey when they're not wanting to change. So there's so many ways to deal with this addiction to pain here on Earth. Yeah. Okay, so let's move along to the next one. Okay, so elimination. So here on this elimination of addictions, elimination of all pain, I go a little bit into the mastery of elimination, because it is connected to this magenta, connected to the third eye, connected to blue and red. So we talked a little bit about forgiveness there, and that's connected to our throat. That's speaking peace and forgiving everything, and hope, and that is the perfect balance of the Mother, the Father, the One, found in the stillness or in the gratitude. But the red is connected to what we've already studied: humility, compassion. Humility again is our service together in gratitude for each other. So there's that gratitude again. So we can see that the golden grid is starting to emerge around us. The deeper we surrender and understand humility, compassion, that place of non-judgment, being like free. And so then the green is very magical. This is part of the fourth dimension, the magic and the alchemy of compassion, because when we're really standing back, not judging anything, that is a type of elimination. Our non-judgment, our forgiveness, and charity is that sharing of gratitude and love. So I just wanted to point that out. We've studied some of this, and of course it's connected to awe, and we're going to study awe. So just want to give you a little bit of a bigger picture there about how the forgiveness and the compassion, the humility fits in. And then I just do a little bit of a review of humility. So it's the ability to be truly grateful. So here's the gratitude again for the many blessings bestowed upon each and all, knowledge that alone we are rather incompetent, but united with one, we are all necessary for all works and sharing of service. Its color is red. So that was Lao Tzu that taught us that. And it was all about balance too, remember? And then compassion is the ability to love and serve without judgment, to be able to fully understand and heart feel another situation without entering or assuming that cloak. Yes, Ken.
Okay, so with compassion, if we bring that on, we also get the release of some of the negative emotions, right?
Absolutely. Yes, because you're not judging yourself. Usually the belief systems and the anger and the fear, the sorrow, shame are us judging ourselves.
So as we as we give compassion to others, we get it back too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because if we're judging, say what's a good situation that's out in the world? Okay, the fires on the West Coast. If we're judging them, then and we're blaming you know, somebody setting them or whatever, that blame is going to come right back at us. But if we're compassion for the people, then that compassion comes back, and we let go our addiction to pain. Because if we're seeing pain out in the world and we're judging it, we're actually kind of addicted to it. So it's a real balance to know, to discern what's going on and to send. Discern and send, and not judge. Does that make sense? And then we're releasing all addictions to pain. Yes, Ken.
Okay, so what is blessing something?
Sending compassion, sending love, sending gratitude, sending any of the divine quality.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so compassion is to be able to fully understand and heart feel another situation without entering or assuming that cloak. The understanding that another has a chosen path and that we can only offer assistance and love. We cannot complete another's journey for them, for that would be theft. Tenderness, its colors are deep red, red, and deep green. So compassion spins in both those lower chakras. And a good little question to ask ourselves from Jesus was, am I on course? Am I on the most efficient path? And the most efficient path would be understanding elimination. So forgiveness, gratitude, you know, the divine qualities, and knowing to surrender, basically. So I loved it that Jesus got us to wonder about if we're on course. Am I on the most efficient path? Okay, so moving on. Okay, this is a little bit about the fourth dimension. So this is Albert Einstein. And he says the fourth dimension is the quality of magic, what many of you think of as alchemy. And I always think magic is love and compassion and charity. The green, because green is the perfect balance of the blue and the yellow, the mother and the father, the forgiveness, the hope, the peace, and the joy and the gratitude. So it's just that perfect balance. And in that, if we're in that perfect balance, that's really magical. So, and he goes on, it is the growth into the realization and action of being an agent for transformation, transmutation, and transubstantiation. This dimension is very easily accessible from your third and is witnessed continually by living masters such as Sai Baba, divas, fairies, elementals, and so on. It is important for you to realize that once you have anchored the growth component within yourself, once you have anchored, and I put mastered, the fourth dimension lessons and growth within your being, these beings and abilities will be not only visible but commonplace. And in the reading room, I've met kids that can see the fairies. Yes, Ken.
Who is Sai Baba?
Oh, he's one of the masters that's still on planet, I believe. If Steve was here, he would know. I need to look that up. I will look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the living masters. Yeah, I think he's in India.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
So he's akin to the Dalai Lama, maybe?
Yeah,
Mhm.
No,
I think even more like a yogi. You know, maybe he can meditate and levitate or something. I don't know. I'll look it up. There's really magical beings in India. And another one that really got to perfect balance was Saint Francis, who is now overlighting the Pope. But when he was in form, he was in partnership with his twin flame, who was Saint Clare. And they looked at each other so much and released all their addiction to pain so that when they meditated, they could levitate. So it's a possibility. If he was able to do it, then, you know, we can too. Darren?
well, working on it.
Okay. An everyday human example of this dimension, and one which bothered me, this is Albert, throughout my human life, was the splitting of the atom. What you think of as science is often simply operating within this dimension. So that's pretty interesting. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, I think of magic or alchemy as creation, creativity.
Very creative. Yes, I agree. Yep. And the mother and the father are creative. Yeah. I did put a little definition of charity here because, yes, Ken.
Okay, so would you go over what you just said before? Shoot, I lost it. I'm sorry. I'll have to wait till it comes back to me.
Okay. Okay. I know you did ask me about charity in another, I think it was the last chakra we did. So I put it here because we'll be studying this when we hit the heart. And charity is very magical too. The definition, the higher definition from the Council of Love. So it's the genuine ability to share all things, material, spiritual, and emotional, based in the true understanding that there's always enough for all to thrive, and we are all richer in the joint expression of sharing. Our heartfelt need to be generous, knowing knowledge and gifts are never intended solely for one person. The vibration is green. So to me, that's really magical too, being able to, a society to be in community that way, which is where we're moving towards. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, I think it's very important for that charity to be heartfelt. I think that's a key word there.
Yes, it's very green and it connected to the emerald green heart chakra. Yes, Ken.
So that would be the phrase, it takes a village to raise a child then.
Yeah, that's a really good, that's very, very apropos. Yes. Mhm. And yeah, the more, I think we're going to see more and more, the more the housing prices raise and, you know, things get difficult, the more people will move into more community oriented situations. So we'll just see what happens. Okay, so moving on now. Okay, so now we're getting into the blessing and virtue, divine quality of awe. And this is through Linda Dillon. This is the definition from the Council of Love. Awe is the ability to feel and experience always and fully the wonders of creation, the divine. The knowing that there is always more to learn, to experience, and to understand. To know that our understanding and experience of God is limited, but the promise of further growth holds true. It is the innocence of the small child within, the sense of awe, the sense of wonder. It is the sense of understanding the magnificence of the universal plan, the unfoldment. It is the thrill, the expectation, and joy at being simply being and enjoying the new miracles that unfold, always waiting for the next one. It is the relation of purity. It is the color of golden saffron. So awe is really a fun blessing and virtue to study. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, I think children are in awe most of the time, you know.
They are. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I love this little picture of the little guy bending over with a magnifying glass. And he's dressed kind of in the colors of awe, sort of. So it's fun. Yeah. So the golden knowing, the knowing that there's always more to learn, to experience and understand. And purity, so it is the relation of purity. So purity is loving who we perceive as our opponents and active participation in the divine plan. So purity is that white light that there's a chakra right above the crown chakra. That's where the white light comes into the crown. So, okay. Yes. Ken.
It strikes me that the fact that we have not sure what to call folks who are somewhat adversarial, but it seems to me that when it's kind of like a when both things are working together, we push each other to the higher vibration, so to speak.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So are you talking purity? Are you talking awe?
Does it matter?
No.
I don't know what to call it, honestly, except that I was thinking about the fact that these people that we sometimes accuse of doing negative stuff,
Mhm.
if they weren't there, how much harder would it be for us to get to our ascension?
Yeah, and that was in humility. That was what Lao Tzu said. He said you can't have the hero without the villain. So it's true. And so we get to master ourself by looking out. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Yeah. Hmm. Getting to the place where we're not judging anything. Yeah. Okay. And Darren?
Yeah, can you explain purity a little bit?
Well, anyone we perceive as our opponent, we're here to love them. And that's exactly what what Ken was saying. So if we have perception of good and evil, people doing evil things, the best thing to do is to love them, because that's what helps them come into the middle. If we send out judgment, then the whole system stays in place.
So would you say purity is coming to balance then?
Well, each of the blessings and virtues are balance. That's why they're called blessing and virtue. So there's a mother component to them and a father component, and that's what creates the divine quality. So, yeah, they are all about balance, the blessings and virtues, but it's balancing more the feelings. The laws are the framework, and this is balancing our emotions.
So is purity balancing all your emotions then?
Absolutely. Yes, that's the white light. That's the white light that the children come in on. So the infants they come in on that purity. That's why they're so magical. These little kids are so magical because they are emanating purity.
Speaking of which, are we going to get to see your little magic
Yeah.
on Friday?
Yeah, you might actually, because it's my daughter's birthday. So we're going to be hanging out. I'm not going to work. So we're going to be hanging out, and they may be staying. Yeah. We'll see.
Because I think, it's a lot easier when we can see her, that, that a lot of this stuff makes more sense.
It does. Yeah. Yeah, you really get a sense of the wonder and the magic of these little ones. Yeah, I agree.
And the purity.
Because they don't hate anybody. They really don't. They just extend themselves out and love and love and love. Yeah. Sometimes there's a little bit of trepidation meeting somebody new if they get a sense, but really, I mean, she and I walk around. I was with her on Monday, and I took her out to the street over there, and we sat on the bench and waved at everyone passing by. Most people had their head down, and they were really distraught. Like, there was a lot of people that were not happy. And as soon as she starts waving, the smiles. I mean, it's really magical being around a little one and allowing them to be who they want to be. Because she just wants to say hi to everybody. So I have to, for a grown-up to be like that, it's rare that we're like that. So it's really good practice as an adult to do that too. And not to have any concern about it or yeah, feeling about it. Okay, so because sometimes you can feel a bit embarrassed when you're waving at people that don't know you. All right. Okay. Well, we at least we got to the definition of awe. There is so much more to this. So shall we just do some sending? Let's see, what time is it? Yeah. Why don't we do some sending for 10 minutes? We'll send out the purity and the awe, the magic, the wonder, the elimination of all addiction to pain out into the collective. How about we do that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay, so we'll just leave the slide up and I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. And let's do it. So we'll all just have to be quiet because I can't put us on mute right now. Unless you guys want to put yourselves on mute. All right, so I'm gonna start the timer. See you all in 10 minutes. We're gonna send purity, awe, and the release of all addiction to pain out into the collective times 8 billion. Okay. That was good. That's such a nice way to do it. Because we're so immersed in all that information and then just send it. Great idea.
It seems to me as if the execution of magic is awe. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, that's good. Yes, yes, yes. The wonder and awe. Because like everything here is so magical on this planet, even that we have these physical bodies that breathe and move and repair themselves. And I mean, it's very magical here. And then you look out to nature. I mean, you just have to look to Darren's picture there. That's so magical. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
I was just wondering, is there an archangel connected to this law of change?
Well, it's the Divine Mother that's going to talk to us.
Divine Mother?
Yeah.
I thought you, how's that connected to Amber?
Well, there's laws connected to each of the chakras. So the law of change, which is connected to knowing that who we truly are never changes, but we're always in the flow of change. You can see this chakra is all about, it's a center for change. So the law of change makes sense that it's connected to this chakra.
Yeah, I see the law of change. Is there an archangel for the law of change?
No, because it's Sanat Kumara that's the keeper of the laws. So it's either him explaining the laws to us, the Divine Mother, or the Buddha. There's only three that explain the laws. The blessings and virtues are very different because we had the Buddha for compassion, we had Lao Tzu for humility, we had Jesus for fortitude. Now we've got Archangel Yophael, who is a massive, mighty archangel explaining awe. And we're going to get into that on Friday. And
Okay.
who he is too, because I couldn't find a picture of him that was accurate anywhere on the internet. So we're going to explain what he looks like and who he is. He was Joseph, and he incarnated as Joseph when as the father of Jesus, the stepfather of Jesus. However, you know, Jesus was, he helped raise Jesus.
Well, you just have to find a picture of a pirate, that's all.
Yeah, I couldn't find one.
No?
Picture of what?
A pirate.
Yeah, Archangel Yophael looks a bit like a pirate. He wears a toga, like just to his knees. He's got a huge sword. He's got black curly hair and black eyes, and he's a bit mischievous, but Archangel Michael told us that he was the most balanced. That's why he could incarnate as Joseph and do the work with the Universal Mother.
So wait a minute. So if I'm understanding this correctly, then Mary was the Universal Mother?
Mhm.
Okay. And Yeshua was supposedly, I don't know, is the right term son? I'm not sure what to call that.
The Son. We're all sons and daughters of the
Yeah,
Divine
yeah.
Mother, Divine Father.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus had an inflowing of his mastery at about the age of 5. That's why he was so wise, and he could talk to the rabbis, and he was explaining how things work in the higher realms. He was explaining universal laws back in the 2000 years ago. And he had a real hard time because you know look how interested people are in universal laws. We have a huge following here on Earth.
They're just hiding it well.
We're forerunners. We're anchoring it for the planet.
Yeah, that's right. We're pioneers.
We're pioneers.
We're pioneers.
Yeah,
You're right.
I mean, I've sold quite a few of the guidebooks. I don't know how many. I should check with my printer how many I've had printed. So there are quite a few people out there with the books, but I don't know that they're reading them because it's so higher dimensional. It took me a long time to be able to get to this point where I can talk about it the way we do. It's been 10 years. And at the beginning, I couldn't look at, some days I couldn't look at it because it just brought up all this lack of self-worth. That's how important this chakra is. We spin all this addiction to pain out through this chakra. In a magical way, in fun, like a child would do this. A child would think this is a great thing to do.
Like Yogi dust.
What's that? Like Yofi dust. Yes, like Yofi dust. And we're going to learn all about Yofi dust too. Yeah, on Friday you'll learn all about Archangel Yophiel and Yofi dust and the blessing and virtue of all. But there's going to be a few classes because there's so much information. Yeah.
We're not going anywhere.
Okay, well that's good. All right. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody that's watching this, that's in the future watching this, and but we'll be back on Friday. And I'm just going to end this recording right now. But thank you everybody for watching.